What's going on, everyone? This is Jason at SportsBoxBreaks.com, coming to you live on 10/25/2025. I am doing our Panini Prizm Baseball 4-box break number 1, 2025 edition. This is the hobby, 3 autos per box. All cards will ship. Hits are going to be autos, relics, or numbered cards we pull out, but we always ship everything. All right, and if you don't get something, we send you a hobby pack of cards. Jerome D has the Diamondbacks, Aaron F has the Braves, Joe W has the Orioles, and Peter C has the Red Sox. Joe W has the Cubs, White Sox, and Reds. Aaron F with the Guardians and Rockies. Joe W has the Tigers, and Matthew F has the Astros. Joe W, Royals and Angels. Jerry M, Dodgers. Joe W, Marlins, Brewers, Twins, Mets. Jerry M, Yankees. Joe W, Athletics. Matthew F, Phillies. Robert P, Pirates. Joe W, Padres, Giants, and the Mariners. Dan B has the Cardinals. Joe W has the Rays, Rangers, and Blue Jays. And Aaron F has the Nationals. All right, here we go. Let's see what we can get here. Probably do 2 boxes at a time here. All right. So again, 3 autos per box. On average, 144 cards. More baseball on the site. Social 20, 20% off. Link to the site is in the chat, guys. Don't be afraid to share our videos, our social media posts. If you follow us, share them. Even if you know that nobody you know, comment. Even if it's just a picture or anything, comment on the posts. Share them, even if you don't think anybody's going to see them. It all helps get it out there. Again, I'm not going with Whatnot Fanatics. They keep contacting me. There's no point, because I can't give them what they want. They can't give me what I want. I'm staying here. I'm doing what I'm doing. First look at 2025 Prizm. I do have a 2024 Prizm up for sale. All right. 2 boxes opened here, guys. Let's take a look. Here we go. Okay, let's flip over here. And let's get a focus. How's that look? Tom Seaver? Good. Alright, here we go. Tom Seaver, starting it off. We got a blue to begin. Petrie. 199. Put this down a little here, like so. Alright, Petrie to 199. Tampa Bay, Joe W. Starting it off. All right, we got a shimmer, $4.99. Carter Jensen, Kansas City. Royals is Joe W. And our first auto, easy for me to say. Kyle Manzardo for Cleveland. The Guardians, Aaron F. getting that one. Aaron F. and the Guardians getting one. Right, we got purple coming next here. Washington, Luke Dickerson. Purples are to 149. That is Aaron F. All right, we have a red, Juan Valera. That's to 299. And that is Houston. Houston. Peter C. getting that one. We got Brock Porter for Texas. Those aren't numbered, the red shimmers. Prismatic. Brandon Montgomery for Chicago. It's a pretty cool looking card right there. Going to the White Sox. And that's Joe W. Zach Veen shimmer. Or disco, or whatever they're calling it these days, $4.99. That is the Rockies, Aaron F. How about a blue auto of Christian Moore, Prospect Signatures, Angels. The Angels is Joe W. on that one. Angels is Joe W. on that one. There's our second auto. We have a green scope. Andrew Jones, Braves. That's Aaron F. Green scopes are to 75. There's a Tim Hudson red shimmer. All right, we got dingers, Hideki Matsui. Carter Jensen for Kansas City. Seen him once already, $4.99. Kansas City is Joe W. Here's a blue Pablo Sandoval for the Giants. Pablo, Giants. Joe W. getting that one. Sammy Stafura for Cincinnati. Sensational Autos. And the Reds is Joe W. Now let's see if we can get a bonus auto out of here. All right, we got Kobe Delicious Mayo. Hey, we got that card twice. That's crazy. I cut right at it. We got Kobe Delicious Mayo twice. $4.99 Orioles. Joe W. getting that. Chris Davis right behind it. Ooh, what's that coming up? All right, let's see what we got here. Whoa. $2.99 Carson Williams, red. And then how about this pink? It's like flowers. Pink flower scope. Lou Gehrig. That's to 20. Lou Gehrig to 20. New York Yankees. Jerry M. Very nice. Bud Selig in the house. There's a Dinger's Gold. Nope, just yellow. Roman Anthony, not numbered. Just the other Dingers didn't have gold in the background. That's why. All right. Maybe it did, because here comes another one. All right, we've got Hideki Matsui. That one is to 99. Jerry M. and the Yankees. Jose Canseco, Texas. Maybe the Dingers are in gold. Christian Campbell. No, 199. See, that one's 199. This one is not numbered. The Roman Anthony's not numbered. Oh, okay, maybe it doesn't go. Maybe it goes, all right, it goes by the color Dingers. Oh, God, 199 Boston. God, I miss being live. Peter C. Peter C. getting that. Whew. The color of the Dingers matter, guys. If you learned anything from SBB today, that's what to take away. The color of the Dingers matter. All right, I'm going to sleeve all these up at the end. All these on camera, I'll sleeve them up at the end of the break. Just to keep the cards coming. Johnny Mize for the Giants. 199. Joe W. Purple, Ben Hess. Yankees, Jerry M. 149. Eddie Collins, red. 299. Red Shimmer, not numbered. Red Talisman, Roman Anthony. 199. Here's a whole bunch stuck together. Give me 1 second. There we go. All right, Bubba Chandler, Shimmer Disco, $4.99. Ty Cobb Silver. Rod Carew, X-Fractor, $9.99. Minnesota, Joe W. All right, Wyatt Sanford for Pittsburgh. Robert P. and the Pirates, getting that one. Not numbered, but congrats anyway. Congrats anyway. All right, there we go. It's white Dingers, so we know it's not numbered. All right, Bryce Rayner, Detroit. That is to 199, and Detroit is Joe W. All right, we should still have 2 autos in here. I see gold. Bryce McCabe, I would go with. McCage to 499, Milwaukee. Joe W. getting that one. Bryce Eldridge, San Francisco, gold. That's to 10. 8 of 10 on the gold. Bryce Eldridge, San Francisco, Joe W. There's another prismatic. Ben Hess, red to 299. Jerry M. and the Yanks. All right, nothing else there. Got stuff stuck to me here. All right, oh, here's our auto. Colt Emerson, Seattle. Joe W., one of our last 2 autos of this box. Put that together. All right. We've got Enrique Bradfield Jr. Loved when he teamed up with Ron Simmons. Ryan Sandberg. Jim Tomei. All right, Slade Caldwell. Nice pull here for Arizona. There you go, Jerome. Little Slade Caldwell action. Nice. Let's get some ink. 149. All right, what do we got here? Ben Hess. How about Cash Mayfield? Cash Mayfield. That is the Padres, and that is Joe. And that's a shimmer, and that is numbered to 199. There we go. Cash Mayfield. All right, another shimmer. Paul Konerko for the Dodgers. I always think of him as a White Sox. But Konerko, Dodgers, that's Jerry M also? Yes, it is. Paul O'Neill, Green Scope, Yankees, Jerry M. 75 on those. The red shimmers are not numbered. All right. So, solid first two boxes. Didn't get short anything, so that's good always. All right, two more boxes. And again, I will sleeve up all of these on camera. Just want to get through the boxes first. And then Tier 1 will be our last little break for today. And then I'll be back as things sell out. I'll be back as I finalize everything I'm trying to get finalized here. All right. All right, box 3 and 4 coming at us here. How about a bat knob out of Tier 1? I remember we used to do cases of it when we first started. Again, long time ago. Okay, Grandpa, everybody huddle around. When we first started, we did cases, and I swear every year we'd at least get one bat knob. And then it just started dying down. Like, we'd get cases and nothing. And I'm a fan of Tier 1. Tier 1 was one of my favorite. I mean, Inception was always my favorite. Whether it was football or baseball. God, when we first started, Panini had hockey. I remember we were doing hockey at one point. All right, at least 6 more autos and a bunch of color coming at us here. Okay. Okay, here we go. Box 3 on its way. We'll take this one right off the top. There's a green shimmer of Max Muncy for Oakland. Color match. Very nice. Joe W. getting that one. That one's pretty sweet. So Max Muncy headed to Joe. All right, red. Brady Abel. Prospect $2.99. I'll check out where he belongs. If anywhere, if not, randomly placed somewhere. Johnny Farmello. $4.99 on that one for Seattle and Joe. And how about the Braves getting a Javi Lopez? Very nice. Aaron F. There's a signature you don't see every day. A little Javi Lopez action for the Braves. Aaron F. getting that one. I like it. All right, I got all my sleeves stuck together here. All right, nothing else there. Make sure I went through these. All right, I don't see anything there. All right, there's Brady again. Let's look him up since he keeps popping up here. Good old Brady. Brady Ebel. Milwaukee Brewers. It'll go to the Brewers. Brewers drafted him in 2025. So Brewers is Joe W. So there you go, Joe. Edgar Quiero. Edgar Quiero. White Sox. Joe, you getting that one? All right. We still have 2 autos sitting in here somewhere. Here's Tris Speaker. Bryce Matthews. Houston. Matthew F. getting that one. Matthew F. getting that one. $4.99. James Wood-Dinger. So mature. Johan Santana for Minnesota. Joe W. That one's to 149. Is that a red fireworks? Yes, it is. Tommy White, 199. Oakland. Joe W. Still looking for autos here. There's one. Arian Namalia, Toronto. Blue Jays, Joe W. Blue Jays, Joe W. All right, Starlin Caba. That is Miami, $2.99 on the red. Miami is Joe W. Chris Davis. Orioles, Joe W. All right, should still have one more auto in here. Benito Santiago for San Francisco, Joe W. And there's Bobby Miller, nice Dodgers. Dodgers. And that's numbered to 25. 13 out of 25, Bobby Miller. Jordan Lawler, Arizona. There you go, Jerome. That's the $4.99. Ryan Zimmerman for Washington. That's Aaron F. That's the $2.99. Barry Larkin, Red Shimmer. All right. Nice box there. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Ricky Tideman. Blue Jays, Joe W. 1 out of 40 on that one. Our first orange. So who's looking for something? The Rangers, the Cardinals, the Phillies, the Mets, and the Cubs. All looking for a little something here. Here's Jackson Chourio, color match. Brew Crew, 199 on the Blues. And how about our auto? Alex Ramirez for the Mets. So Mets get on the board. Joe W. getting that one. That's a red auto, number to 99. So Ramirez Mets auto to 99. All right. Donnie Baseball. Kyle Teal to 499 for the White Sox. Joe. See gold again. Is that another to 10? That'd be awesome. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be red, then or purple, then a yellow. Or a gold. All right, we've got Nick York for Pittsburgh. That's Robert P. That's the 149. And then we got a Tommy Glavine gold for Atlanta. Aaron, doing very well. 4 out of 10. Tom Glavine gold. Vance Honeycutt with a white dinger. Zach Veen, red, Colorado. Aaron F. getting that one. All right, still 2 more autos in here. Plus color. All right, there's Bryce Eldridge, prospect signature. And he did pretty good when he got called up for San Francisco. Joe getting that one to 99. Joe to 99 with that one. Cecil Fielder to 499. Good old Cecil. Detroit, Joe W. Jack Morris, red shimmer, not numbered. I thought that guy had a football helmet on for a second there. Roman Anthony, purple. Boston, Peter C. 149. Jeff Bagwell, Houston. Matthew F. 299. And then how about a Cliff Lee for Texas? All right, he was a horse, man. Joe W. Cliff Lee, Texas. All right, we've got Yohandy Morales, Washington and Aaron, 499. How about a green Junior Caminario, green scope to 75. That's Tampa Bay and Joe W. All right, another red, Willie Stargell, Pops. Robert P. getting that one. All right, getting down to it here. Drew Beam. It's the 499. Headed to Kansas City. Ivan Rodriguez. Pudge. Oh, and we got a red dinger here. Leo DeVries. Nice for San Diego to 199. San Diego is Joe W. All right, let me put these away. And then we'll sleeve up these, and then we'll jump into Tier 1. Real quick here. All right. Unless you want to trust me and just jump into Tier 1. Let's do that. Let me do it this way. Save myself. Cecil. Forget how good Cecil was, too. Just monster home runs, man. I remember collecting when I was like opening packs as a kid, and I remember opening the 86 tops and seeing like Cecil Fielder and in a Blue Jay uniform, and it was like so, because he was hitting 50 home runs. It's like, why would the Blue Jays get rid of him? You know, like in the 90s, seeing it, and it's just like interesting. Same thing with Kevin Mitchell, all of that. I had no concept of trades and why and contracts. Then I'd be like, in my head, it's going to be worth more because he doesn't even play with them anymore. And like, it's so weird. Or it's going to be extra rare and special. All right, put a shimmer. Red. Reds that are parallels or inserts are the 199. Flip this around. Alright, red. A couple of green scopes here. Being from Scranton, seeing John Kruk in a Padres uniform and knowing he was a Philly, it was just weird. I don't know why I'm thinking about that right now, but I love this pink flower card in here. This Lou Gehrig is pretty sweet. That one right there, that's real sweet. Kobe. That's ripped. All right. All right, now to the encasing. Just when you thought it was over, suck you right back in. Greens. I really do like these Beckett holders. A lot better than BCW and stuff. That's 100% sure. $2.99. What are you two? $1.99. Yeah. All right. These put away. What do you think we're going to get out of Tier 1, guys? We're going to have 4 flops. We're going to have something big. What do you think? What are you feeling? I think we're going to do all right. That's my opinion. I have to get another pack of sleeves here. It's going to be close. Will I need another pack of sleeves? I think I am. Maybe not. It's going to be real close. I'm very interested here. Here we go. All right. Last stack, the shimmers. 1 of 1s. Period. Oh, 2 there, Matt? You're really putting the pressure on me, buddy. I have a second Tier 1 up on the site, guys. It was the same price as the first Tier 1. And if these boxes are hot, the person I got them off of had like, I forget what it was, 4 or 5 cases of it. So maybe there you have a whole bunch of hot ones. Oh, we're going to have enough. Yay. All right, a couple more here, and we'll be done. Guys, 24 Prizm on the site. Mixers of baseball on the site. Topps Chrome on the site. Lots of stuff baseball-wise on the site. 3 and 2 or 2 and 3 also on the site. All right, appreciate you filling it up.